And what was did to me was called a racial hate crime.
Huh.
I am blind and was unable to help myself. I don't know whether it was done in surgery. If it was done in surgery, well then there was not only a doctor there, but there was several nurses, and if a doctor did that, well the whole staff was in on that. But if it was done in intensive care, I had a male nurse that used the F-U-C-K word on me, telling me that if I didn't shut my F-U-C-K mouth, that he was going to come over and shut it for me, because I was asking for pain medication when I woke up in intensive care, because that open heart surgery was the most painful that I ever went through in my whole life. I went through several surgeries before, but nothing like that. And if that guy didn't do that, that male nurse, why? But it doesn't matter who did it. The Ku Klux Klan have members in high-class society too. There's businessmen, and there's lawyers, and there's doctors and nurses, and they all belong to the Ku Klux Klan, and they're really active. The only thing I can really say good about, there's a lot of white people that are good around there too, but this one woman that come to me who told me that I was to be discharged, saying, are you Vernon Traversie? And I said, yes. And she said, well, what's your date of birth? And I said, 6/12/43. And she said, well, she came around my bed and she was massaging my head and my shoulders, and I was in a lot of pain. So I appreciated that. And she said, are you being discharged tomorrow morning to go home? And I said, yes, I'm looking forward to that. I said, I don't like being in this hospital. I said, I would rather be home. I don't feel right in this hospital. I said, she said, well, they did something to you, and she said, I don't like what they did to you. I don't appreciate what they did to you. She said, I'm going to tell you something, and I want you to carry forth, do this as soon as you get home. She said, have somebody with a camera take a picture of your front torso and also your back too, she said. And do this as soon as you get home. The hour that you get home, start looking for somebody to take pictures of you. She said, if you can, well, make arrangements now over the phone. But I couldn't. I didn't know anybody that had a camera, and I was in pain. But I came back on a Thursday night, 6:30 in the evening, from the hospital van, and I went to bed. But the next day, that same evening, my white girlfriend called this West Winds Health Care up in Timberlake that's been taking care of me for the last 15, 20 years, and told them I needed my medicine box and my syringes filled because I'm blind, can't do it myself. And my friend is, her hands are like claws. She's crippled up with severe arthritis, and she can't even hold on to a pen to write, but she's still trying to take care of me, still doing whatever she can for me. But so that nurse, the home health nurse from West Winds, came the next day on a Friday, and the first thing I remembered, I was sitting in this chair right now where I'm at, because this is where I sit, and the nurse, Bobby Duchesneau, came from West Winds, and she's filled my syringes and my medicine box for me, and I told her, I said, this woman told me that I need to have somebody take a picture of my front torso and my back too. I said, as soon as I get home. I said, do you happen to have a camera? And she said, yes, I have one out in my car. It's a phone camera, but I'll go get it. She said, it takes good pictures. She said, so she came back in, and she said, anyway, I have to look at your chest to see if there's any blood or anything draining, she said. But she faced me towards this window over here where the light was coming in better, and she said, face that way so I can get the best picture that I can. She said, so I faced that way, and she took a look, and she took a closer look, and she came right up to my stomach, and I didn't know what she was doing, and I thought she was looking for, she saw some bleeding or something, and she said, oh my God, she said, I don't know what they did to you. She said, you've got just literally so many different marks on your front of your body that I can't tell where they all came from. She said, I see the regular surgery stitches and where they cut you. She said, I also see where there was 3 drainage hoses. What we knew, they told us about that. She said, to check them, but there's no drainage, and those drainage hoses have closed. And she said, the only thing is these other scratches all over, like somebody took a knife and just went haywire, and used something sharp. And there's 3 3 letters on your stomach, and they're kind of reddish, like they're trying to bleed a little bit. She said, and she said 2 are definitely K's, and the third one is probably a K too, but it looks sort of like a G. But I think it's, when I look close at it, it's a small K. But she said, I got to take this up to the hospital, the Indian Health Service hospital, and show somebody up there. I can't take this myself, she said. So she said, I'll take these pictures up and show them, and I'll be back in a few minutes. So she went and took those pictures up there, and she was back in 15 minutes. And she said, well, they want to see you up there. They don't believe the pictures. They want you up there stat right now, so I'm going to take you up there. She said, but before I take you up there, they said to call the tribal police and have the tribal police come over and take pictures and make a statement to the tribal police as to how you got those. And she called the tribal police, and they came over, and they took pictures, and one of them said, well, Vern, it looks like you got a knife wound on your left side, and it looks like it penetrated into your organs. He said, you've got to go up to the hospital. We've seen knife wounds before, and that looks like a knife wound. We deal with knife wounds every day and every night, and that looks like a knife wound, and you could be in danger. So you go up to that emergency room. And I said, I'm on my way, because they want to see all these, they want to see me, they want to see all these marks. And so they said, what kind of a statement can you make? And I said, the only thing I can say is that I had surgery in the Rapid City Regional Hospital, and I came back last night, and this woman told me to have somebody take pictures of me. And I said, I told the nurse, and she took pictures, and then she took them up to the hospital, and they want to see me. I said, they don't believe that somebody would mark me up that bad, but they don't believe that somebody would put letters on my stomach either. And to me, at first, it looked and sounded like somebody took a branding iron and branded me. There's 2 Ks. It looked like the only way you could accomplish it was through some sort of if it wasn't a knife that was used on me, that some sort of a heating instrument, or maybe a little homemade branding iron or something. So it penetrated my 3 layers of skin and went down into my flesh, just like a brand would. And I'm going to have those marks on my stomach for the rest of my life. And I also have those in my spirit, because nobody wants to go to heaven looking all beat up and stuff, you know. The people have respect for their elders. Here on Cheyenne River, people have respect for their elders, but this Ku Klux Klan hate us because I'm helpless. Why they took advantage of me, and they're trying to say that the tape did it, or that I had some kind of infection because I have diabetes. But I never had any infection. The nurses checked me all the time, and I never had any tapes on me when I woke up or nothing. And there's no tape that can make perfect letter K's. There's no way in the world that somebody could take something and make perfect letter K's except with some sort of a heating instrument or branding instrument. I was wondering why I was in so much pain, in addition to the other pain that I already had. And that was one of the reasons why, because somebody literally branded me. And it has to be the Ku Klux Klan working in that hospital. And that hospital isn't going to do nothing about it. They're laughing about it, and I guess they told my attorney, they said that he should be glad we saved him. And I said, did they save other people too? I said, but was it necessary to put 3 Ks on my stomach to brand me with 3 Ks to save me? I said, they didn't need to put 3 Ks on my stomach to save me. They didn't have to do that. I said, I went to that hospital, I trusted them, depended on them. I said, if I can, I'm never going to come back to this hospital again. I said, I'm scared of that place. I never want to go back there. Now I have no place to take care of myself. I have to go. I wanted to go to Sioux Falls Heart Doctor, but it's too far. They said, and they sent me to Bismarck, but it's just too much. And I terminated my contract with my. Can you give me a paper towel, please? I terminated my contract with my attorney, and the way I got my attorney was I was calling people around before I had an attorney, and I don't know what to do because I don't have any experience in this.